Hi loves, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup Misfit. First off, if you watched my Hello Taco advent calendar, either the full video or just day 12, I mentioned that the next video my nails would be probably different. I'm filming this right after I filmed that, so my nails are still the same. So the video after, they will be different. I just wanted to throw that out there. But today's video, from the title, as you can see, I am bringing back the Pan That Face palette. And this past year, I decided to just rotate through my face palettes, just try and get a feel for what I have, get some use on some of them. You know, I couldn't really figure out which palette I wanted to work on for a full year. I really didn't have one in mind that I wanted to work on for a full year. So I figured it would just be playtime, get familiar with some of them. I definitely haven't reached for all of them. And I have taken a bit of a break and I was just kind of playing around with a few other things, but I'm ready to bring this back, and I am actually really excited about the palette that I am choosing for this project for 2026. Now I am starting it in December. If you've been around for a little bit, sometimes I like to start my projects in December, have my first update in January, and then kind of wrap up the project by November, and then just give between November and December some playtime. So that's what I'm going to continue to do, at least for this year. At least for this year, sorry. And I'm, like I said, really excited about this palette. Now, you guys would have seen this palette semi-recently, so it's kind of a surprise. No, not really a surprise. It's a surprise to me as to like how much I actually enjoyed this palette. And when I was using it, I instantly was like, this is the palette that I want to work on for 2026. Now, do I want to completely finish it? I don't know if I'm going to get there, and that's okay. What I want my goal for this palette to be this year is just to use it as much as I possibly can. No, I don't have to reach for it every single day, but I have so many possibilities in here that I definitely can. I get a ton of different looks out of it, and I just want to show it as much love as I possibly can throughout this year. It is older in my collection. I finally just started using it, and now I am ready to continue to show it the love and just see where it looks, what it looks like at the end of next year. So my Jouer, what's it called? The Rose Cut Gems Blush and Cheek Topper Palette. So this I just had in a project that I rolled out. I just wanted to use every shade in here one time for that project. I reached that goal plus some. I reached for every shade in here, minimum once. Definitely a few more than that, more than a couple of times. I really did enjoy this. And in that project, I had stated that like when I first got this palette, I was definitely drawn more to this side just because they were lighter. But now, like, I feel like I'm really into these shades here. Even this bright pink, I think in the summer is gonna be super pretty. And I wore it even a little bit throughout the winter. You know, I have really, really enjoyed this. So I just want to see how much progress I can make on this palette within the year. Whether I hit pan, whether it's just some really good dips, whether it's just, you know, the shadow moving down in the pan, but it's got like even usage. If I happen to almost finish up a blush, it is what it is. I don't want to set any like specific goals. I just want to try and use it up as much as I can. Now, throughout the year, that may change. If I feel like I'm absolutely loving a shade and I want to completely like hit pan or I want to finish it off, then I can adjust as I go. But ultimately, with little specific goals or not, my ultimate goal for this is just to see what it's going to look like by November of 2026. Now, I will also include this highlighter. However, I think it's a little bit, I didn't even swatch very well there. I think it's a little bit too like maybe yellow for me. So you can't really see it at all. So we'll see what happens with this. I'm going to try and use it, but I definitely have other highlighters that I want to work through and focus on more so. So I will use this, but I'm not going to make this a focus. It's just going to be mainly the blushes. And there's 6 different ones in here. Plenty of options, plenty of layering and pairing up and creating duos, and I'm really looking forward to reaching for this. So I'm very excited to take a starting photo and take a photo at the end and see the comparison, see what it looks like. And this is basically, like I said, brand new. Even though most of the shades had been used more than once or twice, it definitely hasn't been a ton. So I think this is a really good starting point to see what it's going to look like. I'm not going to keep track of usages because that's just not my thing. I try, but it's not my thing. So I'm just going to show comparisons throughout. You'll see them obviously month to month, the different stages of what it looks like, but I don't think I'm going to take a photo every month. I would think I'm just going to take a starting photo and a finished photo. If I can remember to maybe try and take photos every month, then sure, but that's not always going to happen. So we'll have to see how that goes, but I really just want like a start and an end and see like the progress in between, just what has happened over the time. So I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, when I first started reaching for this, finally after years of having it in my collection, and once I had started using it a few times, I was like, this is absolutely the palette that I want to work on for 2026 and just use it up as much as I possibly can, see where it's going to end up. And obviously I'm going to hold it into my collection. At the end of next year, I'm not going to get rid of it or anything like that, but I do want to just show it the love that it deserves and see how far I get. So I hope you guys are excited to see this. If any of you guys have panned that palette before, or if you just have the palette or know somebody who does have the palette, let me know what your thoughts are on it. Just because, why not? And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm excited to start this project again. I hope you guys are excited to see it again. And that is all for now. So I will see you guys all later. Bye.